Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansada.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Argamid.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebastillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhino.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldon.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
Mine is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and More.
CyberNXT.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. Sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, and hello everyone. Hello, Pat. Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Akala ko nga nasa TNC Town Hall pa rin tayo. Nasa CyberNXT na pala. Yeah. Pat, here's some thought process I'd like to share with you today. Here's what I'm thinking. For the most of human history, yung mga business owners had to think about one thing and one thing alone, and that is establishing and building and growing their businesses. But today, that is no longer the case because digital transformation has changed everything, including the world of cybercrime. And now, yung mga as organizations have dramatically increased their digital capabilities, on the other side, di ba sabi nila, you can never have the roses without its thorns. On the other sides, they have also increased their potential vulnerabilities. And so, when talking about cybersecurity today, ang tanong ko, is it a good idea to contract a managed security services provider or an MSSP or not? That's what we are going to find out in this episode. So stay tuned and thank you for tuning in. Welcome everyone to CyberNXT and a wonderful Wednesday. We are here to help you see the new you.
Wow. You started off very good, Ivan. And indeed, Ivan, an epic Wednesday to everyone. And welcome to CyberNXT, where we will discuss and highlight significant best practices to improve your cybersecurity defenses.
Yes, that's what we do. This is Ivan, your host for CyberNXT, and I am streaming live from Makati.
This is Patrick Geronimo and streaming live also from Makati.
Welcome back to CyberNXT as our show streams exactly at the time of your lunch. So I hope you're enjoying your good meal for the day. And please do let us know kung saan kayo nanonood ng CyberNXT ngayon. If you're watching from Cavite, if you're watching from Palawan or Cebu or Davao, please let us know in the chat box. Type in your location and say hi to us. We'd love to know that you are there. And also, just to make sure that we are coming in clear to you, you can click the emojis or reaction buttons down below so that you can let us know that you are here. Also, if you have questions, if you have comments, if you'd like to share something about our topic today, please type in the comments section and just keep them coming. We'd love to read them.
Great. And please go ahead, share this live streaming to your social media circle or to anyone you think who can benefit from this, or you can simply host a watch party for them to tune in, to tag people, mention their names, do as you please. Let's learn and have fun today. So, yeah, to all of you are tuning in right now, like what Ivan mentioned, type it in if you're watching from Bulacan, from Region 1, wherever, from outside of the Philippines, let us know right now. Thank you very much for the support. And right now, Mark, I would like to greet Mark Escavas, our very he's now back to in Manila, no?
Wow. Yes. I also like to greet people who are watching my live party right now. Lian Cultivo, Aquarius Ken Amelia. This one, kaibigan ko to, si Ivan. Ivan din pangalan niya. Zonomir, Matic. And of course, Jonah, Dayluz, and Dennis Brian Baricuatro. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into our show today.
All right, Ivan.
Yeah.
You know, there are recent events, mga trending news. So I have to mention so that we can start our episode today right now. So experts uncovered a database on the dark web that contained 500,000 personal records of high-ranking individuals from around the world. So if you're the regional manager, you know, you're one of the top Cs or members of the board, no, it's more likely that those personal records that's currently out there is actually now located in the dark web. So the data trove reportedly belongs to Capital Economics. Another one, Ivan, Livecoin.
Kasama ka doon sa sa mga high-ranking individuals around the world.
That's right, no? So, Livecoin, a Russian cryptocurrency exchange, declared closing its operation. Ayan na. Cryptocurrency following a cyber attack in December wherein attackers took complete control of all its servers. Pero I have to remind everyone, hindi yung Bitcoin network. So yung more of yung mga payment gateways, they were able to get control of yung mga servers. It's kind of scary.
Malaking bagay pa rin yun kasi maraming gumagamit ng Livecoin, di ba? Tapos nag-close sila ng operations nila.
Here in the Philippines, so you have coin.ph. So sana they will not
safe lang sila.
So another one, Ivan, according to the think tank Parliament Street, there has been a rise of 18% in personal data loss incidents in financial year of last 2019 and 2020. So you will definitely see a lot of growth in cyber attacks. If you are a member of an association that keeps on improving your security infrastructure, your enemies are also improving. So as mentioned by the Parliament Street, there's been an 18% in personal data.
Previous years, nag-increase na rin. Tapos last year, nag-increase din. So as the good guys keep on evolving, so are the bad guys. Sabi nga.
They're even, they're even sharing some of, we're monitoring all majority of their movement. They're also creating this mga sharing platform, paano sila they can improve their cyber attacks. So again, the scary thing, but Ivan, I would like to bring out there a thought-provoking question for the day natin. So a pretty big percentage of breaches take advantage of relative mga simple misconfigurations, so poor cyber practices and lack of user awareness. So from your experience, ako din, a certain simple misconfiguration that can lead to a major downtime. So whenever you're trying to focus on fixing things, sometimes your guard is down and your cyber security is very much open for attack. So most of these things can be addressed by implementing good and basic cyber hygiene. Ivan, if you're coming to work, you need to brush your teeth, take a bath. So this is a basic hygiene, similar to cyber hygiene. So before you can put up your infrastructure out there, make sure you will conduct a cyber hygiene. Otherwise, later on our episode, siguro daanan natin specifically, we can provide some example or yung ikaw if you have some experiences on how to really do this. Another one, Ivan, is yung user awareness training. Napaka-importante niyan. And yung mga good patching systems natin. So you have to make sure all your systems are patched. If specifically there are security patches, you have to apply it. Wala nang questions dapat. Or if you were not make sure, you have to prepare a test environment, Kung talagang ganun ka pa-paranoid. A good network architecture, kailangan din yan. So a lot of organizations are now managing cybersecurity as a business as usual activity in the same way any critical business processes is managed. And the team that oversees all this is the internal security operations or IT security operations or information security operations. So whatever na tinatawag,
whatever the name.
There are, however, occasions when organizations can't and won't build internal security operations. They have the option.
Meron talaga yun. Meron talagang ganun.
I know a company, they're very good in creating shampoo, pero they're not very good in protecting their infrastructure. So later on, we will discuss definitely yung mga pros and cons, what we're talking about, and so on and so forth. So in this case, Ivan, my question is it a good idea to contract an MSSP or managed security services provider or not?
Well, that's a good question to ask right now. Lalo as we speak, no, na cybersecurity has become one of the major concerns for each and every organization worldwide. But instead of answering it directly with a yes or no, I'd like to answer that with a series of yung mga use cases in this episode. The first one is that, of course, we'd like to discover the advantages and disadvantages of contracting an MSSP. So, bakit nga ba, before we go into contracting an MSSP, in the first place, bakit natin kailangan ng MSSP? It basically relates back to the case na bakit nga ba naa-attack ang mga businesses today? What makes them so vulnerable, no? That I think that's the first question that we need to answer. What makes businesses vulnerable to cyber attacks today? As shown on your screen, yan po yung tanong na gusto kong sagutin yung una. The first reason that I can think of to that part is the exploding attack surface. Ito kasing nangyari the pandemic has just accelerated the conception of tinatawag nating perimeter-less network or going beyond the traditional network na nasa office tayo. Ngayon, you can have an office at home, just like what I do. Nasa bahay lang ako, but I do the things. I do my job. I do my task. No? So, this has given birth to an explosion of the attack surface. Then modern IT infrastructure today are complex and has become so sophisticated na nakakagulo na. And the amount of virtual ground na kino-cover ng mga businesses right now has grown exponentially. Sobrang laki na talaga. My mobile phone, my laptop, my tablet, may mga third-party contractors, may mga office workers na wala sa office, may mga bossing na parating nagta-travel, so much more. So kaya lumalabas na ito.
Yeah, and there are users who are using personal machines at home.
Yes, tama, exactly. Na to make the matters worse, itong threat landscape ngayon, hindi ito stagnant. It keeps on evolving kasi nga nag-a-upgrade din yung mga attackers, yung mga cyber criminals. Sabihin mo na lang, phishing, malware, ransomware, lahat yan nag-change over time. And wag nating kalimutan ang user error. Yung mga misconfiguration na yon, yun din ang nagpapalaki sa attack surface. So the potential for cybersecurity impacting yung businesses is growing. Number one reason yan. Kaya naa-attack pa rin ang mga businesses. That's what makes them vulnerable. The second reason na I think bakit nagiging vulnerable yung mga companies and businesses and organizations out there, Pat, is the lack of IT staff and resources. Number one, expanding attack surface. Number two is lack of IT staff. Ibig sabihin, kulang yung mga tao natin sa opisina and yung mga resources natin to keep up. Well, of course, may mga malalaking organizations out there that has the budget, the capacity, and the resources they need to put up yung full-blown IT security department. But karamihan sa organizations and businesses in the world today, nasa category ng small and medium eh. May iba pa nga micro organization. So, ito mga...
Wala silang mahal na IT. There's a huge scarcity for IT professionals, specifically the IT security professionals.
Yep, and meron namang pwedeng ma-hire, pero sobrang mahal naman and beyond their budget. So yun na nahihirapan sila.
So whenever the opportunity talaga marami, pero but the personnel is no longer, of course, we have to mention a lot of IT security is now outside of the Philippines and gaining grounds elsewhere. So may konting blame here in the Philippines, but that's the reality.
Yeah. So, ito yun eh. That's the reason why nahihirapan itong mga businesses, majority of the businesses and organizations to protect their organization. Kasi lack of IT staff, minsan naman, mahal din yung mga resources, lalo yun ng infrastructure, software, hardware, networks, mahal din yan eh. Kaya hindi din nila ma-protect yung organization nila in a way na dapat. The reason I can think of kung bakit vulnerable ang mga businesses today is itong lack of access to the latest technology. Alam mo naman, technology keeps on evolving in 3 to 6 months time. Ang bilis, di ba? So, while yung mga large enterprises are most prepared for cyber attacks, say for example, banks, sila yung nasa forefront talaga ng cyber protection, di ba? So, malamang sila meron ng budget, meron ng mga tao, meron ng department. They spent millions hiring expert personnel and purchasing the latest software and equipment. But, yun nga, sinasabi ko ulit, yung other categories of business like small, medium, and micro, nahihirapan silang, hindi sila nakakasabay, nahihirapan silang mag-access ng state-of-the-art technology straight from the vendors. Say, for example, like in our case, alam natin na yung mga Israeli products and solutions, cybersecurity products and solutions are one of the best sa world right now. But dito sa Philippines, nahihirapan yung mga organizations to get access to this latest, to this state-of-the-art technologies. Mabuti na lang, our company, IPV Network, nasa ano talaga, we are right in the middle to connect Philippines to Israeli solutions. Now, Pat, these are the 3 reasons I can think kung bakit nagkaroon ng need for MSSP, Enter Managed Security Services Provider. So I would like to ask our audience din, bakit kaya vulnerable ang mga businesses sa cyber attacks today? Type it in the comment section. And now, Pat, tatanungin naman kita, ano ba talaga itong MSSP? Pinag-uusapan natin, baka hindi naman malinaw sa mga audience natin, no?
Alright, for all the audiences, if you have some questions na nabanggit ni Ivan, type it in and we are more than willing to answer it. So basically, MSSP are security specialists with expertise in all aspects of cybersecurity, no? Specializing in detecting, remediating threats on the cost of digital infrastructure. Wow, nosebleed na yata. But basically, there's a group of guys who know their expertise. If you're talking about threat intelligence, endpoint protection, these are the guys na talagang 24/7 yun ang ginagawa. So if you're a member of an organization or a market that really deals with parang medyo, we've mentioned about banks. So they are the actual guys who really need these types of protection. So MSSP will provide security specialists. Also, these are going to efficiently boost security. If you already have an information security officers in place and you try to inject another MSSP group of people who actually highly specialize in what they do, no, it can boost their security for organizations that cannot afford the infrastructure and expertise required to run aspects. Even you've mentioned the small and medium enterprises. Even though they're small, no, I'll give an example. Yung Among Us, if you're playing that game, no, I heard they earn tons of money, especially during pandemic. They're a small team, pero big business, di ba? So, they're a small team pero huge companies na. It's being run by small group of people. More likely talagang kailangan mo to boost your cybersecurity. Another, Ivan, MSSP remove the labor-intensive, time-consuming, manual activities out of the business environment and keep security up to date. No?
Laking tulong nun ah.
Malaking tulong yun. If you can focus more on your business aspect, your business model, and let these guys handle your cybersecurity, no? Anything that has to be decided in terms of your business, makakapag-focus ka. And you have to make sure guys will actually we all know that these guys are doing the most yung mga advanced in terms of cybersecurity. Up to date sila. Unlike ikaw, wala ka ng time to be more focused on updating your security, di ba? Alam natin yan.
Yes.
And access to the most current products and services. Buti na lang andito yung IPV to make sure that it will suit the client's needs, no? So again, if you're a business owner, if you're a partner, if you're a member of the board that you'll talk about cybersecurity and how to improve it, no? Try to consider injecting this MSSP provider kasi MSSP provides cybersecurity monitoring and management. Hindi lang yun talaga. May monitoring and management. Again, Ivan, you cannot measure what you don't know, no? Kung wala kang inventory ng mga digital assets mo, or you don't know kung ano yung measurement, kung meron na bang na-compromise ka, how can you defend kung hindi mo naman alam na yung pala compromise ka na, where to start, no? If you don't know the problem, how you can provide your solution, no?
Yeah.
And this can be a huge weight off for your company and can free up your legal IT team to focus on their activities. If you're a software developer company, they can be more focused on developing the system, create apps, di ba? Ang laki ng negosyo niyan, create apps to move your business forward. So basically, in a nutshell, that's how MSSP works.
Yes, thank you for that, Pat. No, na-mention mo, taking a huge weight off of the company para ma-free up yung mga tao to focus more on moving the business forward. Naisip ko tuloy sa case ng physical security. Most businesses right now, di ba, may mga security guards talaga tayong hina-hire. But to think, hindi naman yung company talaga nag-train ng mga security guards, nagpaaral, nag-build up ng security guards. Instead, they hire a security agency to do the job of protecting their whole infrastructure against threats sa mga physical threats, 'di ba? Same case sa MSSP. Kaso nga lang, itong mga MSSP, they are like digital security guards. Tama ba? 'Di ba? Another case, hindi naman sa security. Halimbawa, yung company mo, you are selling perfumes, you are selling fragrances, oils, or personal care products. You're a big company, but you don't have a digital footprint. Dahil hindi mo naman business, hindi mo naman focus ang paggawa ng digital business. Ang focus mo is paggawa ng pabango, paggawa ng personal care products. So, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to start from scratch. You can actually contract an agency or an MSSP for that matter para ma-protect or to build your online presence, to build you a website. So in this case, cybersecurity, to protect your digital assets. Yun, di ba? That's how we take.
Well, not just investing on people, di ba? We're from our previous episodes, we're talking about products and services. So apart from, punta ako dun sa example mo kanina or yung analogy mo kanina. So kunyari, jewelry shop, no? Right now, there's a small area in Bulacan specifically known for jewelries or silver and gold. You know, the small portion of stores, before you can actually transact a business, you have to pass through a lot of security measures. You still have to sign in and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to point out is it's a basic knowledge. If you're running a business, no, you have to identify which cybersecurity na mag-fit dun sa business mo. So it's like for you've mentioned, ito yung digital security guard. That's a very good analogy.
Parang ganun nga. So the next question I'd like to answer, Pat, who can benefit the most from an MSSP? Of course, there are three categories of businesses that we have mentioned. Yung mga large enterprises, may mga small and medium, at meron ding mga micro businesses, no? So if you guys have businesses na maliliit or small, categories as small and medium, you better listen to this. Ito kasi yon, MSSP, to be honest, it helps companies of all sizes solve their business problems. Kasi cybersecurity is a business problem. It's not just a technology problem. If you suffer from a cyber attack, your business will stop. Like Livecoin, yung sa Russia, di ba? So cybersecurity should not be treated in silo. It should not be taken like a separate case. It should be included in your business priorities because it is a business problem. However, Pat, yung mga small and medium businesses, meron ito silang mga pricing, setup, and installation needs that differ from businesses of other sizes. That is why employing a managed security services provider or MSSP is a great option, lalo na dito sa mga resource constraint. Take note, resource constraint. Meron kasi mga limitations na kinoconsider tayo, be it budget, be it staffing, be it know-how. Yung mga resource constraints na yun yung nagda-drive ng need for an MSSP or nagda-drive ng consideration for SMBs to consider or to use or to contract an MSSP.
Mhm.
Now, the majority of businesses nowadays, aminin na natin, they are underprepared to face modern security challenges. Even yung mga companies na may in-house IT security people or IT security teams na, they are still finding it difficult to keep up. We've known this fact. We have done a lot of consultancy jobs over the past few months, and alam natin na kahit pa merong mga dalawang IT security guys dyan, hindi enough. Hindi enough yun. Oh, so it should come
there's
to no
always
surprise.
Yeah, we've been mentioning this, the cybersecurity realm, no? It's very fast because, again, you have to be on guard 24/7. So sometimes it's stalled. If you just have no limited resources or limited people to really monitor your digital footprint, it's gonna take its toll. And sometimes, sometimes they will let the guard down, and again, that's a possibility. Cyber attack.
Of course naman, kasi matutulog din yung tao kung meron kang company, say for example 500 users sa company mo, tapos merong sa Pilipinas pa naman, sanay tayo dito na isang IT professional 300 yung ratio, 'di ba? So yung dalawa na lang yung tao mo, ang isa inassign mo pa sa cybersecurity, matutulog din yun. Hindi naman yun robot, 'di ba? 24/7 365 gising. So that is why my need
4 or 3 years ago, siguro, the ratio was what? On a normal, on a corporate environment, is 1:75. And then, nag-evolve, especially for cybersecurity. It should, I think there's a significant changes that's going to happen in terms of how they can assign IT security members. But again, what we're going to talk about this afternoon, we've been mentioning this at the start of the program, will provide you some of the pros and cons later on to help you decide if you're going to engage MSSP or not.
Yeah. So far, what we've done is to describe why businesses are vulnerable to cyber attacks today. We have also defined what MSSP is and also highlighted yung who can benefit the most from an MSSP. So when we come back after the short break, we'll be talking about the pros or the advantages and disadvantages of contracting an MSSP. And of course, we will be sharing with you our recommendations. So stay tuned. We will be calling for a short break, but we will be back on stream. Welcome back to CyberNXT with me, Ivan, and of course, my pogging partner, Patrick.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So right before we took a short break, we discussed about yung vulnerabilities of the businesses. We we defined MSSPs, and of course, we discuss who benefits the most from an MSSP. Right now, as promised, we'll be telling you or sharing with you the pros and cons of contracting an MSSP. But before that, Pat, I'd like to mention and to make a shout out to some of our friends watching right now. Number one is the engineer A. John or si Earl John Hiraldes. He is actually the incumbent Vice Governor for Internal Affairs ng ISEP or Institute of Electronics and
Thank you for
Communications
watching.
Engineers of the Philippines. Thank you, engineer, for watching. I
Sure.
also want to mention Mr. Julio Cristina, Mark Lu, Mr. Miguel Ramos, Mr. Tots Duco, and Mr. Mike. Oh, yan. Thank you so much, guys,
Thank you
for
for watching.
watching and supporting our site. Siguro nananghalian sila ngayon tapos nakikinig sila sa atin. So, yan, enjoy your meal with us. Now, Pat, I'd like you to start with the first advantage of subscribing or contracting an
Of course.
MSSP.
Yeah, we've mentioned what MSSP is kanina, and then we will lay out to you kung ano yung mga pros, no? So number one, Ivan, cost savings. So, well, so yung mga financial people, really ba talaga mas mura yan? Well, basically, because MSSP costs for analysts, yung mga security appliances, our applications, and facilities are distributed across their entire customer base, you end up paying a reasonable fee, no? So an MSP can provide you with an entire team of security experts, papasok yan, working to protect your network at a fraction of the cost, no? It would take you to build your own team. Basically, you have to imagine, Ivan, from ground up, you have to train them, not to mention training. May learning curve na nangyayari before they can really properly manage their cybersecurity. Who's gonna invest on that one? No? And ano yung learning curve time? No? How long can you expect this team that you build if you're gonna hire them? No? How long can they really perform? No, coming from their training. So again, Ivan, for example, you might have to pay an annual fee of 75,000 for an access to an MSSP protection. Which in a comparison to an in-house cost. So MSSP protection, $75,000 US, for example, a comparative to an in-house cost. You might pay 75,000 for the necessary cybersecurity software, and then pay 3 IT security specialists in addition to 75,000 each per year. Of course,
plus benefits pa.
So it's no surprise that cost savings are an effective benefit of outsourcing. Galing tayo ang Pilipinas dun eh. Outsourcing dun eh, no? Kilala tayo dun.
Yes, I remembered my IT operations days sa bank, Pat, when I was still the IT head at that time. Naisip ko talaga, kapag nagbubuo ka ng team mo, we were around 17 or 30 na at that time eh. Tapos may isang developer ka, hindi naman ito cybersecurity, but developer ng systems namin. Pag may isang nag-absent dyan, mapepending yung workload niya, hindi magagawa unless meron kang pinrovide na parang backup person to take care of this task kapag absent yung tao. Tapos iisipin mo pa kapag nagkasakit yung tao na yon, iisipin mo pa yung medical ano yon, yung mga insurance, medical leaves, yung mga sick leaves, ganyan. Tapos mako-concern ka pa kung kailan siya babalik, kailan matatapos yung project. Yung mga worries na ganon, andun yun kapag ikaw mismo nagbi-build ng team mo from the ground up, as you mentioned. But here's the thing, mahal mag-train, mahal mag-build ng team mo kung ikaw lang. So, ito nakikita natin itong cost savings kasi kapag nag-subscribe pa, nakapag-kontrata ka, hindi mo na kailangang isipin ano yung medical benefits ng tao na yon. Hindi mo na isipin kung may leave credits ba yon. Ang babayaran mo is yung service level agreement. Sinabi nyo sa amin na you will provide cybersecurity protection 24/7 by 365 for this particular amount without us thinking kung ano yung build up ng team mo, 'di ba? That's the beauty. Kaya nakaka-cost savings.
Very good. Kasi an MSSP should actually settle what are the agreed items under their SLA, no? And of course,
Oo.
ayan, kasi later on, mention din natin yan. But focusing on this one for cost, no, there are a lot of things. If you're trying to get an endpoint protection, there are certain degree na you have to invest on server, you have to power your server, you have to provide networking for your server, and so on and so forth. So, there are a lot of services na pwedeng dalhin ng MSSP on the ground with you or on the cloud. So you have to really be more careful in analyzing this one. But what we're trying to point out is, with this simple computation, I think it's more practical for you to invest on something like this.
Yeah, tama Pat. I agree. Lalo na to add ko lang, last point, yung equipment, mahal bumili ng equipment, mahal mag-maintain ng equipment, at mahal maghanap ng tao to manage that equipment. If you subscribe to an MSSP, pwedeng i-leverage mo na yung equipment nila, hindi mo na kailangan mag-isip na ganyan. They will bring it into your organization and all is taken care of. So now let's move to the second advantage ng MSSP, and that is security expertise. Alam natin na napakalaki ng cybersecurity skills gap in the world today, and mahirap maghanap ng expert security professional. Now, mahirap pa dito, mahal din magbayad ng mga security professional. But if you contract an MSSP, you will be given a dedicated team of security specialists to ensure that your network is protected as much as possible. Now, these professionals are also able to keep up with the latest security trends kasi yun yung focus nila eh. Kung ikumpara mo, ikaw, ang focus mo sa paggawa ng sapatos or paggawa ng pabango or whatever your line of business is, iisipin mo pa ang cybersecurity, wala ka magiging, o hindi ka magiging expert sa ganun, di ba? Sabi nila, you need to focus on something with a laser point focus para maging expert ka. Ito mga MSSP, ang focus talaga nila is cybersecurity. Kaya, meron silang expertise dito. And that is what you're paying for, and that is one of the greatest advantage. Now, on the third advantage, Pat.
Another one, all-encompassing customer support. No, we mentioned about this kanina. MSSPs generally provide real-time, no, Ivan, real-time cybersecurity reporting, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So it's round the clock. It's critical for companies because the timing of cyber attack is almost impossible to predict. No?
Wow,
Another one, you can set an SLA to your exact needs and have the legal backing to have it guaranteed, giving you peace of mind regarding network protection. Going back to sa 24/7, Ivan, you're from the Philippines, you're in Asia, alam natin na a lot of cyber criminals are on the other side of the hemisphere. So, talking about time, tulog ka, sila active sila.
Yeah. Ganda ng point na sinabi mo, Pat. Cyber attacks are almost impossible to predict. And I agree. Hindi mo talaga alam kung kailan ka tatamaan ng kidlat, di ba? Ika nga sabi nila. So, same is true with cybersecurity. Kaya kailangan mo ng 24/7, 365, all-encompassing customer support that can be derived from MSSP. Now, the next advantage naman ng MSSP, the fourth one, meron tayong 5 na isi-share sa kanila today. Yung fourth one is that tinatawag natin na compliance management.
Compliance management.
Oo, ayaw lumabas sa screen. Teka lang.
Sige.
Compliance management. As we all know, maraming mga regulatory bodies na nag-oversee ng business operations or kung saan ka man. But generally speaking, sa Pilipinas, meron tayong Data Privacy Act to ensure na hindi nako-compromise yung personally identified information or PII. But other than that, meron tayong PCI, merong health, merong GDPR, merong FISMA, and kung ano-ano pa. Ang daming sakit sa ulo, in short. For compliance officers, I'm talking to you compliance officers, I've known a lot of compliance and mukhang hindi na sila umuwi kahit weekend kasi ang daming documentary requirements, ang daming kailangan i-submit, and nahihirapan sila to comply all of these mandates. Now, what can you get when you subscribe or contract an MSSP? Here's the thing. Sila, kabisado nila yung yung gameplay dito, yung kung paano gawin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And dahil may expertise sila sa pag-comply ng mga requirements, pwede mong gamitin, pwede mong i-leverage yung resources nila or yung expertise nila to be compliant sa mga mandates ng kung anong business meron ka. That's one beauty. Last but not the least, the advantage path.
The last one, no, it's not. It's very important. Threat intelligence, Ivan. A good service will keep you up to date on emerging threats via solid TI or threat intelligence and industry information sharing. Ivan, if you're a part of an industry that is focused on, let's say, for example, what, airline ba or manufacturing or what, insurance?
Pwede.
So you need to know what's happening outside. So you need to have this intelligence if pinag-uusapan ba yung mga industry nyo outside, or there is some chatter out there focusing on the market of Philippines specifically, like for example manufacturing or airline and so on and so forth. People create and maintain comprehensive run books o yung mga playbooks na tinatawag. So in any case something happen, may bubunutin. So naka-ready yun. And it can be tailor-fit for your business needs. It will work to a tight SLAs and will provide good reporting on all aspects of service. Ivan, if you're talking about services, may mga quarterly reviews yan and reports are very important and handy. And if you are a member of Information Security Office internally, other than protecting your companies, you still have to prepare a significant report and show it to the management.
I can relate. Naalala ko meron akong inassign na tao ko sa department dati. Naalala ko, si Bernie. Ito, totoong tao to, Bernie. Sabi ko siya kanya, Burns, sa network security siya gawin mo tong ganyan. Tapos, sige sir, I'll protect it, I'll monitor the mga linya natin, hindi mapuputol, secured tayo. Tapos, nung nag-require na yung management committee na dapat may intelligence tayo para may ma-adjust natin accordingly. So, kailangan ng report. Sabi ko sa kanya, Burns, gawa ka rin ng report para ganito, ganyan. Kamot ulo si Bernie. Sabi niya, sir, parang papatayin mo ata ako. Hindi mo na ata ako pauwiin. Diba? Ang hirap. But the thing is, here's I want you to focus. Here's where yung threat intelligence is very helpful in helping you improve your cybersecurity posture kasi nga nag-e-evolve siya It's very important at kung limited ang resources mo, mas mabuting mag-subscribe ka na lang or contract an MSSP. So, but I will be
Ivan, you really want to be more proactive rather than reactive, no?
Yeah. So let's show on screen yung 5 advantages of contracting an MSSP. Number 1, cost savings. Number 2, security expertise. Number 3 is all-encompassing customer support. Number 4 is compliance management. And of course, last but not the least, number 5, threat intelligence. Ipicturean nyo po yan kung gusto nyo pong humingi ng support sa management ninyo. If you're an IT professional or security professional, you can show it to them that these are 5 of the many advantages that we can get if we contract an MSSP. Now, hindi naman pwedeng all good lang. Let's also discuss the cons or the disadvantages ng isang MSSP. So why don't you start, Pat, with the disadvantages?
So again, we're talking about the both side of the coins here, no, Ivan. We presented the pros. So number 1, security ownership. If you're the business owner, no, before diving into risks associated with contracting with an MSSP, it's important to understand, no, that you cannot fully transfer the ownership of security with an MSSP.
Yes.
You still own it. Going back to our previous example, if you're subscribing to a security guard or yung may mga security agency yan, no, to guard your business, are you provide them also na yung direct access din sa mga bahay mo or other properties? Maybe not. But again, you still own it, so you have to understand kung up to what extent lang yung makukuha ni MSSP. So you have to do a little bit of juggling.
Hello, nasabi mo na security guards. Halimbawa, may burglar or may nakapasok, may nagnakaw sa business mo, hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin sa customers mo nga, kasalanan ng security guard ko eh. Hindi naman pwede yun, di ba? Ang titingnan pa rin is ikaw, bakit nangyayari yon. So you cannot fully transfer ownership.
At the end of the day, when nag-subscribe ka doon, you have to play your own role as a business owner, as a part of the business. Again, nagsasubscribe ka. Also, MSSPs do not completely eliminate the security cost, ha? Ito yung sinasabi mo kanina din. For example, you still need an in-house CISO or information security officer. Ito yung kapartner dapat nila. So may tao ka pa rin that handles hindi mo ito transfer lahat sa MSSP or similar security team member, no? To report or to coordinate. At the end of the day, a very good open communication or coordination will actually make it more successful. So MSSP basically can offer security expertise. So ikaw may tao ka, no? So but they are meant to supplement your own security team, not replace it. Ivan, MSSP is to supplement your own security team and not to replace it. Baka kasi kabahan kagad yung mga empleyado ng info. Teka, papalitan na ba kami? No. It's gonna augment your staffing kasi mayroong mga expertise to na possibly wala pa kayo.
Yes, and I like your point, Pat, na sinabi mo, MSSPs are meant to supplement your cybersecurity team and not to replace it. Meron kasi tayong this idea or concept na mag-hire ka na lang para wala ka ng risk or wala ka ng exposure or wala ka ng iisipin when it comes to cybersecurity. Hindi po ganun yun. Hindi po fully transferable yung ownership ng security. It's just there to support and supplement and to augment it, but it cannot totally replace it. Thank you for pointing out that, Pat. Yung second cons or disadvantage naman na I'd like to put on the table is the lack of familiarity. Now, sabi kasi nila, no one knows your land better than the one who tills it. Diba? Sabi nila.
Wow.
So, diba? Words of wisdom yun. Mas alam mo yung lupa mo, mas alam mo yung territory mo, yung landscape mo, yung terrain mo. Kaya, kapag nag-hire ka ng MSSP, minsan natatagalan bago nila ma-discover at malaman talaga yung exact configuration and setup ng organization mo. Or sometimes, hindi talaga nila ito ginagawa unless you pay for a premium. Parang merong standard package, pero meron ding premium. And most of the time, ang naa-avail natin is itong standard package na parang standard report lang din, standard support, standard package, pero hindi siya mas detailed, di ba?
Yeah. And during the course of our career, Ivan, I just noticed we've talked to a lot of premium vendors, no? You can really identify who are really a vendor of more of a sales-centric or customer-centric. You've mentioned about the standard support. Now, sometimes, even though nakasubscribe lang sa standard support, if this vendor really talaga, or yung MSSP vendor, or tayo, nagiging practice natin yun, we tend to, overshoot the expectation. Sometimes, tinutulungan mo na rin kung ano yung medyo kailangan talaga. Oy, baka kailangan nyo pang mas improve. Kahit standard support lang kayo. Kasi at the end of the day, we really want to position ourselves, specifically IPV, not just a supplier of this MSSP, but really a partner, no? So again,
tama yan.
I would like to point out the last yung disadvantage, no? Yung data privacy. Ivan, napakainit na topic. So it keeps companies. A lot of companies are looking into kasi yung not to get yung some of the outsourcing setup simply because of data privacy, no? Their security functions is at risk of letting someone take care of their sensitive data. Pagdating ka agad doon, where are you gonna save all this data? Who's gonna access it? No? How long can you share it? Are you not gonna copy it elsewhere? So maraming questions is actually lingering. For many companies, allowing outsiders to handle customer PIIs is totally unacceptable, no? Kaya nga may mga rulings yan. I think for banks, as long as they're saying that all the PIIs should stay, no, within Philippines lang, hindi pa pwedeng yan ilagay sa cloud. So this is why a detailed detailed, Ivan, talagang line by line, SLA is essential to MSSP relationship. So that confidentiality can be maintained and you are protected legally in case of data breach. So where to put it, how big the storage in the cloud, and so on and so forth. But again, some really mga exclusion kung ano yun lang yung pwede mong ilabas for their MSSP or in-house. So again, you really have to have an open communication with your provider. And we've mentioned kanina, meron ka namang tao sa loob eh. So these are the collaborative team na isa-set up nyo together in partnership with your MSSP. Again, at the end of the day, they should not be just a supplier, but your right partner, no, to really conduct your cyber.
Yes. So thank you for that last cons or disadvantages na mention mo. That's data privacy, and along with that, lack of familiarity, walang intimate knowledge ang mga MSSPs. And kung gusto mo, magbabayad ka ng mas mahal para may premium service ka or may dedicated staff ka to monitor your network. And yung security ownership. Those are the cons or disadvantages naman sa MSSP. But I think hindi naman talaga big disadvantage nun. Now, when we come back after this short break, we will be giving you our top 5 recommendations with regards to subscribing or contracting an MSSP. So stay tuned, and we will come back after a short break. Stay on stream. Welcome back to CyberNXT with me, Ivan, and Patrick. Yeah, we have discussed the pros and cons of contracting an MSSP. So ngayon naman, we'll be giving you our recommendations. But before that, I'd like to greet some friends who are tuning in to our live streaming right now. We have Karen June Ibanez, and of course, Aljon Digal, Israel Casino, Earl Vivar, and we also have Julius Susmina and Genevieve Ibanez. Thank you so much, guys, for watching CyberNXT. Now, Pat, before we proceed, we'd like also to show our viewers other shows that they can catch on the new channel. Direct, can you flash on the screen other shows? I think we already have 28 and counting na madadagdagan pa yan. Oo, napakarami.
Sa dami.
Yeah. Tingnan nyo na lang dyan, guys. We are streaming every day. Maraming shows. And if you want, you can just go to our Facebook page or YouTube channel and click on subscribe para po masundan ninyo mga shows namin dito sa the new channel. And last but not the least, of course, thank you for tuning in sa CyberNXT, where we discuss cybersecurity and all other related topics. Now, as promised, punta tayo very quick lang sa mga recommendations natin. Yes. So, starting with the first one, no, I'll give the first recommendation when contracting an MSSP. First is that look for an MSSP that can deliver your real needs, totoong pangangailangan in Tagalog. Kasi po, marami na po mga vendors, marami na po mga solution providers out there na kinukumbinsi kayo na kailangan nyo to, kailangan yung ganyan. Pero hindi naman talaga yun ang magsusolve ng problema ninyo. Gusto lang kayong pagkapirahan. So sabihin na natin ganyan. And this is a persistent issue in cybersecurity industry kasi napakaraming upsell, cross-sell, and whatever kind of selling there is. And that is resulting to money wasted on services or solutions that do not really address your important risk in an organization. Same is true with an MSSP. Huwag kang mapadala agad sa mga marketing and selling. Yan. So next part.
Take some time to really identify kung sino yung tamang partner. And yung organizational fit over technical superiority, Ivan, no? Each organization is different from each other. So make sure that an MSSP you choose can align with your goals and culture. So if you're talking about, like you mentioned kanina, you're a perfume manufacturer or a shoemaker, sometimes all this technological lingo, if you're talking to them, parang diba, question mark na kagad. You have to really choose the right MSSP for you that can really translate kung ano yung what are the real functions of the platform, so that you can fully understand where you're dealing with, or whatever subscription that is actually on the table. So you really have to have the real information in place. Like sabi ni Ivan, at the end of the day, if you're subscribed to them and hindi mo alam yung pinag it's gonna be a money wasted.
Oh, yan. Now, third recommendation ko is to have an exit strategy. Kumbaga, you need to have a plan B every time. When things don't go according to plan, it's always a good idea to have this fallback strategy. What if andyan na yung MSSP na may visibility na sila sa mga data mo or information ng organization mo, pero hindi pala kayo magkasundo? Ano yung exit strategy mo? Always think about that kasi you'll never know what happens tomorrow. The fourth recommendation,
so may staffing, so yung hiring, retaining, and provisioning. What sort of background checks do they need to do for their staff? No, security clearances. Does the MSSP meet all your requirements for hiring staff? No. It is very important to make sure you are comfortable with the MSSP staffing. So sometimes you ask for the resume. Sino yung mga magba-manage? Sino yung may mga access?
Yes.
You will be looking at your alerts, specifically the wee hours of the morning, and how many other customer alerts will that person be working. No? So maraming pwedeng questions na pwede dapat masagot para you'll have a bigger overview ano yung magiging setup. What are the out yung mga escalation procedures, dapat yan nakalatag.
Yes.
No? And
dapat may nakapokus sa iyo.
Yes, and could the MSSP provide you with an ongoing support during an extended security incident that runs across shifts and overnight? So, di ba, meron mga kapag nag-start sa morning, inaabot na yun ng gabi, inaabot na shift, no?
Dapat hindi ka iiwan. Kung sa usapan is 24/7, dapat andun talaga yun. So be sure about
walang
iwanan. And of course, speaking of walang iwanan, the fifth recommendation we have is the commitment to build a business partnership. Yung MSSP, they are in the business of securing other businesses, while you are in the business of running your business. Now, dapat may win-win scenario or win-win talaga every time if you contract an MSSP. Sa engagement ninyo, dapat both parties are happy about the details and the mechanic. After all, at the end of the day, gusto mong mag-grow ang business mo. Sila din, gusto din nila mag-grow ang business mo. So yun na lang, dapat pag-usapang mabuti na you become partners. Hindi lang po vendor selling a product or solution, kundi partners in growth and prosperity. Yun lang naman po yun at the end of the day. So, Pat, anything that you'd like to say apart from this recommendation to wrap up our episode?
Yeah. Now that you've mentioned the word trust, no, Ivan, an MSSP can provide real benefits to organizations at the top to bottom of the cybersecurity maturity scale. the most mature organizations can comfortably outsource specific parts of cybersecurity. Meron yan, yung malalaki na kumpanya, pwede i-outsource na lang specific functions such as detection and response services or IR or so-called incident response services. In event of attack or some downtime, may ipupul kang team to do the incident response while choosing to focus on other aspects of cybersecurity. So, yon.
Yan yun. So, basically, you're trying to say is that yung mga malalaking enterprises, kailangan pa rin nila ng MSSP para i-outsource yung mga other aspects ng security nila. So, that means magandang option ang MSSP. At kung meron itong large, meron naman tayo sa mga small, no? Ito yung mga nagsa-start pa lang sa cybersecurity posture nila. These organizations can also get a great benefit from the standard services ng MSSP, and now dahil wala pa silang internal capability, of course nabibuild yan over time, but if you're just starting out with cybersecurity, MSSP is a good option. Now ang pinaka-challenging is someone in the middle, kasi eto meron na silang na-establish konti pero meron pa silang gustong gawin, so medyo challenging for organizations who already have some level of cybersecurity maturity, kasi naghahanap sila ng tailored solutions. But in that case, it is still a good idea to subscribe to an MSSP. Now, to answer the episode question na, is it a good idea to contract an MSSP today or not? In my opinion, after discussing all of these things, Pat, the pros or the advantages of contracting an MSSP far outweighs its disadvantages. And at this specific point in time, napaka-importanteng maging proactive tayo sa cybersecurity, and we can achieve that with the help of an MSSP. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na nag-subscribe ka ngayon hanggang sa dulo ng walang hanggan na yan. Pwede naman na while nag-subscribe ka, binibuild mo rin yung internal mo hanggang ma-let go mo na rin yung MSSP pagdating ng panahon. Yan.
Well said. So again, Ivan, as a cybersecurity solutions provider, we at IPV Network can supplement your cybersecurity team with our MSP offering. We can go in there, take a repeat, and meet your business requirement in terms of cybersecurity, so you can be more focused on your business growth. No, reach out to us. You can send an email again. On go or not go, no, it's gonna be an argument, no, that will last forever. But if you have some specific questions, you can send an email to cybernext@ipvnetwork.com or message us directly if you need more guidance and help about contracting an MSSP.
Oh, ganito lang yon, people. Here's our message for you from IPV Network, of course, the sponsor of this show, CyberNXT. What we'd like to say is that let us take care of cybersecurity so you can take good care of your business. That's how simple it is. Now, thank you so much, Pat. It's been a fun discussion with you again today. Napakaganda ng topic natin, and I've learned so much din sa iyo and of course our audience. And we appreciate you guys for spending your time, your lunchtime with us in this show, and stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.
Of course, we hope that this episode was helpful and informative to you. We all hope that. And if you enjoyed our show, hit the like button, share this to your social circle, and click on subscribe. There are a lot of interesting cybersecurity matters that we'll be talking about, and we invite you to learn more with us in our upcoming episodes. Wow. Ending na ng season 1. So if you need advice or guidance on cybersecurity, feel free to get in touch with us, like what I've mentioned. Email us at cybernext@ipvnetwork.com, and we will be more than happy to assist you.
Yes, kami po ay natutuwa at nagagalak na kayo suportahan at tulungan with regards to cybersecurity. So catch us again next week, same time, same place. Because in this digital world, you need to be mindful of the things that you do. Your next cyber strategy should start with you. It has been a fun day with you guys. This is Ivan, your co-host for CyberNXT, saying bye-bye.
This is Patrick. See you again next week.
See you again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.